And I am telling you this, Nyakundi, I have said that if in the next 2 years the issues of Kisii County don't change, I am running for the governor of Kisii. If it changes and works, and people see or change it, I have no reason. I love my job as a senator. I am doing what I'm supposed to do. But if you are going to go out there, we meet ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i is a new guy in politics. And when it comes to getting members of parliament, that is the first priority. Get the members of parliament, most especially from the Gusii region, the 13 of them. And then go and get many other members of parliament from other parts of this country. But the governor seats, they are also very, very important. It cannot make sense that Matiang'i is the President of the Republic of Kenya, but he could not convince the people of the Gusii region, Kisii County, to elect a governor from his party. It cannot make sense. It is only a result that can come out of a mistake. Matiang'i makes a mistake, brings an unpopular candidate, or a poor performer, or someone who completely does not work with the people, and then he becomes the candidate there, and eventually is beaten by the opponent. It's only a mistake that can result to Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i losing either Nyamira or Kisii County gubernatorial seats. On this particular video, I want to take you through step by step on the best way that Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i can be able to get the Kisii gubernatorial seat. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mokwa Times, please make sure that you subscribe, like and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. My number is always here. Feel free to share with me and enlighten me further on politics, because like this video I'm doing here today, after I've done a previous video, someone shared with me about the numbers of the clans within the Gusii region, and I felt like I needed to go and do more research, of which I did. And now I'm going to give an extensive one about the Kisii gubernatorial race. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i will do. His first option in Kisii County is to have Simbarati on board. Simbarati to be his gubernatorial seat aspirant in the Kisii County. On a number of reasons. One, Simbarati is politically strong. Ever since 2002 or maybe 2007, Simbarati has been in power up to now. Thrice elected. A clear indication that Simbarati is a very well experienced leader. They only need to sit at the table and agree and tell Simbarati to perform, because as we speak today, he is very low when it comes to performance. He's disappointed many people. The other reason as to why we need Simbarati is the aspect of financial support. Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i has admitted openly that he is not so much endowed with finance. But if he gets Simbarati on board, he can be able to run the Kisii County government, Kisii County politics comfortably. So Simbarati will bring this financial aspect on board, which is important. Also very importantly is that Simbarati will ensure that there's unity within the Gusii region, in that both Nyamira and Kisii are all behind Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i. Because Simbarati, if he goes against Matiang'i, let's agree here that he'll be able to sway some crowd towards the opponent's side. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the unity purpose of Kisii County, Simbarati is needed on board. That is the first option for Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i. In the scenario where he does not agree with Simbarati, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i must front a strong and popular candidate within the Kisii County region. I will not mention the name here on this particular video. I'll just give the combinations based on numbers, on how they can combine to beat Simbarati. Let me first give you something that you guys do not know. Simbarati was very smart when he was coming to the Gusii region for politics. Remember, he left Nairobi to come to Kisii. He sat down with Wazes. They gave him the mathematics. And as a result, they were able to beat the William Ruto's team. How did this mathematics work? Simba Arati is from Bobasi clan. The Ababasi, that's what they call them, from the Gusii region. It's one of the biggest clans. In terms of voters, there are about 105,000 registered voters. Then, he combined with a running mate, by then, Monda, whom they impeached, who had 150,000 voters registered from the Nyaribari side. When you combine the two without going to other clans, they were targeting 250,000 registered voters. And Simba Arati won by about 180,000 registered voters, which was a huge percentage, which means the turnout was not such good. Ladies and gentlemen, to beat Simba Arati with that combination of 250,000, it will be very difficult if he remains popular. Mark my words, if he remains popular. And more especially, if his running mate does not appear weak the way I see him right now. Because Monda was stronger than the current running mate, Elijah Obebo. Simba Arati must replace and get a strong running mate. But if he doesn't, then he can be beaten. So therefore, how is Dr. King of Matiang'i going to ensure that they have the numbers? Number one, also get back to the table and look at the numbers, because clanism in Kisii County, you cannot overrule it. It has to be considered in every calculation that you make. So according to me, I suggest that whoever they might front, this person can either be from Kitutu. The first option, it is Kitutu, where Ongwa used to come from. The Abagetutu, they have 124 registered voters. Comparing to the Simba Arati of 105, they are slightly above. 124k registered voters. That's a good starting point. Then, they can source for a strong candidate from Nyaribari to be the DG, Deputy Governor, to bring the 150,000 on board. So, it will be 270,000 against 250,000 of Simba Arati. So the best candidate to win, because the battleground will be the Nyaribari. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the best combination of Kitutu and Nyaribari, but it is not the most fair combination. Why? There are bigger groups of Bomachoge that have not fronted a candidate so far. They don't have a senator. Neither do they have a DG or even a governor as we speak. That's a big clan. So to make things fair, let the Kitutu combine with Bomachoge. So either of the clans to produce a governor. But most importantly, the Kitutu. Or even it can be the Bomachoge. And then, on board now they'll be having 234, because the Bomachoge have 110,000 registered voters approximately. So they'll be having 234,000 registered voters against the Simba of 250,000 registered voters starting base. Now, Matiang'i comes from South Mugirango, originally. So, if Matiang'i is from South Mugirango, the people there can be able to give the votes to Dr. King of Matiang'i's team. And Mugirango is having about 55,000 registered voters. So, where are we? Assume the divide in assume Matiang'i influences there, they'll be somewhere at almost 300,000 voters. There are these people of Bonchari. There are about 60,000 registered voters. They can also produce even a senator at that point. If they produce a senator, or even they can also produce, let's talk of a women rep. Well and good. That will work to Matiang'i's side. Ladies and gentlemen, from my statistics, there are so many combinations there. But I think I've given an idea to Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i's team that you must consider the most fair and popular ticket for the Kisii gubernatorial seat and the strongest candidates. I don't know what is your take, but feel free to share with me in the comment section on what you think that Simbarati, or maybe on what you think Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i's team should do. As per to me, he has to consider the most fair with a very strong and a popular candidate. I don't know what's your take, but those are options in case they don't agree with Simbarati. But if they agree, then they still have a better chance to beat whoever who comes on board. On the comment section, share with me. Please, on the comment section, feel free to also give your opinions on what you think on my analysis. See you next time for more videos.